Hello dear students, so from today again we are going to start our classes. So the topic for today is digital documentation. So let's see what are they in digital documentation. So in earlier days manual typewriters were used for typing a document. So nowadays which has been replaced by the electronic typewriter, or nowadays computer are being used for doing typing and all. So we hardly see any typewriters in our day, but in earlier days the main thing for creating document were the typewriter. So now word processing, data processing and communication presentation are most common activity performed in an office. So see, in office, any of the office, whether in private organization, government organization, or nowadays in any way, word processing means creating document, editing document, and data processing means collecting data and processing data, such as in our school also we collect the data of student and we process them. Let's see, okay, as an example we can see, and your class teacher used to collect data as per gender wise data or category wise data, those who are in OBC, general, SC, ST and all. So data processing means collecting data and processing data. This is also in common activities performed in office and on any of the organization. And communication means communicating with each other, such as nowadays due to COVID-19 the communication through electronic devices has been common. Most of your classes are been going through these electronic devices only. So communication has played a main role in our education system nowadays. So communication is also an important part of any of the office. And the presentation means showing anything. Let's see, you have been told to present something, such as how many students are there in your classroom as per divide of their category, as per divide of their religion, as per divide of their gender and all. So you need to present. So presentation has also been a common activity performed in nowadays office in office or any of the organization or any of the workplace. So office productivity software is used to perform this activity effectively. So now office productivity software, for this we need to have the office productivity software where we can do word processing, where we can do data processing, where communication process can be done and the presentation can be done. So these all things need to be performed by this software called office productivity software. Okay, a document. Now a document is a paper with written content, and the process of preparing a document is called documentation. So what is document? You can see out here this PDF file. This is also a document. So document is a paper written with content. So something will be there. Let's say your application, let's say your any of the document, your voter card, your Aadhaar card, or any of the document, and your textbook, your notebook and all. These are, we can say, a document. And preparing of document, the process of preparing those document is called documentation. A documentation is required to preserve the content for longer period or to be used as a evidence, such as you can see your attendance register. Your class teacher come to your class every day and used to take attendance of each and every student, those who are present. So why? Because that can be presented as evidence. This student was present in these days, that student is absent in these days. So we can say it as evidence, and that can be preserved, that can be kept for long period of time. Yes, you may, if you go to school, and you may find your class 6, 7 attendance register also. So document can be preserved for longer period of time. That's why the document are being created, and it also can be presented as a evidence. Let's say most of you have the Aadhaar card. So it shows that you are a citizen of this country, or it is a documental proof that you are a citizen of this country, or you have registered in Aadhaar record. So you can show it as an evidence also. Document can be letter. So document can be letter, report, thesis, manuscripts, legal document, book, etc. So it can be letter, such as your applications, report. If you have created report regarding your project, regarding your field visit and all. Thesis, such as on doctor, or those who have done their doctorate, or those who have done their doctorate in any of the courses, that can be. Manuscript, you can see your holy books and all of any of the religion. So manuscripts. Legal document, your Aadhaar card, your if you have COI document, your birth certificate and all, and books, etc. So document can be anything. A handwritten document can have a certain disadvantage, like understanding of specific handwriting. Yes, in your classroom also you may not understand the handwriting of few students, and the handwriting of few students are excellent, but yes, it is the barrier. So yes, if you cannot understand the handwriting of any of the student, then it won't help you. So with the advancement in computer hardware and software technology, the process of handwritten document consequently automated to computer word processing. So advancement of computer science in computer software, computer hardware, that handwritten document can be created using a digital format, or a document created with the help of computer. Okay, so data entry operators should possess the skill to use the office productivity tool with good typing speed. So being a data entry operator, need to have this skill of using this office productivity tool with good typing skill. Now the data entry operator should possess the skill to use office productivity tools with good typing speed. Means a data entry operator should have this knowledge of using office productivity tool with a good typing speed. Although the typing skill is essential criteria for data entry operator. So as I have told you earlier also, being a data entry operator, we need to have a good typing skill. A little care has to be taken while using a word processing software. So while using this word processing software, you need to have a little care while typing. A typist used to hit space bar a number of times to arrange the text. So in typewriter, the typist used to hit the space of bar, that long key which we can see in our keyboard. The typist used to hit a spacebar number of times to arrange the text, but this is not required in computer or a automated word processing software. Okay, so feature for editing and formalizing are available. So in computer or any of the word processing software, the features, the special features for editing and formatting are available. So as a typist, you don't need to hit space bar and every time to arrange the software. By using the features available in the word processing software, you can arrange those text. Okay, word processing is the use of computer software to enter, edit, format, store, retrieve and print document. So with the help of word processing software, we can enter the text, or we can enter the text, we can create a text. Edit the text means if we have created earlier if we have created a document earlier, that can be edited using this word processing software. Format means we can change the format of this word processing software. I think you must have seen the format for writing application. That means everything should be in left. I think your English teacher must have taught this thing. Okay, so by using word processing software, this we can format those things by using the features of word processing software. Store means those created document can be stored for a longer period of time. Retrieve means the document which we have created earlier using word processing software can be retrieved through those software, or we can retrieve those files. And the print the document means the document which we have created can be printed. The document can be later notice, report, business correspondence, and etc. So document can be anything. Later you can write letter using word processing software. You can create notice. I think nowadays due to COVID pandemic there are many of the notice released by the government. I think you must have seen those noticed also, so that can be created using a word processing software. Report based on any of the studies and all, such as a report based on COVID-19. So these reports can be created using a using word processing software. So business correspondence can be created using a word processing software. A word processor is a computer application used for the production and of the printable material. So word processor is a computer application, which means a software. It's an application software, and that is used for production of printable material. Means with the help of this word processor we can create a printable material. Okay, such as your books. You can print your application or any of the notice. You can create your notes using a word processing software. So it's an application software. In the beginning, WordStar was the most widely used word processing software. So in earlier days, when the word processor was been invented or been formulated, the WordStar was the mostly using word processing software. Nowadays you can find numerous word processing software. There are several limitations using a typewriter. So yes, nowadays since we are using a word processing software with the help of computer, now why it has been replaced with the typewriter. So what are the disadvantages of typewriters? What were not there in typewriter which has been included in this word processing software? If there was any error, any typing error in the typewriter, the whole sheet need to be typed again. In case of word processing software, if there is any error, then what we can do, we can delete those, we can remove those error, or we can delete those error, and we can start from where that error has been created, or just we can edit those error. To send the same letter to two or more person with different address require multiple typing effort. If we want to send same letter to two or more person while using a typewriter, then that letter need to be typed twice. But in case of word processing software, once that document had been created, that can be shared with two or more than two people. You can share with 100, 200, 300, 400, any numbers of people, if that same document or same letter has to be distributed. Typewriter doesn't have all required character or symbol. It is not possible to type all the character using the typewriter. So you can see out there typewriter has been shown. So I think you have used a word processing software in your lab. So you can see there are numerous symbols which you can see in your keyboard of your computer. But in case of the typewriter, there we cannot find the characters and symbols in those typewriter. Okay, so it is not possible to produce document in the desired format using a typewriter. So yes, it is not possible to produce there may be many error using a typewriter. So it is not possible to produce document in desired format. But if we are using any of the word processing software, we can produce our document in a desired format. Now you can see out here, these are text are in right side and this image of typewriter is in left side. So you can create we can create our document in a desired format using a word processing software. Now in 1974, Xerox company introduced the electronic typewriter as an attempt to solve the problem of a manual typewriter to some extent. So in 1974, Xerox a company had introduced an electronic typewriter so that it can resolve the problem with a manual typewriter, which was the problem which way in those manual typewriter, so that can be erased using this electronic typewriter, but it could not completely erase those errors. To some extent, yes, it has solved those errors, but it couldn't completely as like a word processing software. In electronic typewriter, it is possible to make changes in the content, but multiple copies with minor changes. But it has a limitation. So yes, electronic, it is possible. Now in manual typewriter, if anything goes wrong or any error was there, so it needs to be typed again. But this thing was been removed with the help of electronic typewriter, but we have to make the multiple copies with the minor changes. So but it has a limitation of very small size screen. So and the size of screen was also very small. It may be smaller than the size of phone which we use today. In late 90s, with the development of computer software technology, word processing software was introduced. So now in late 90s, the development of computer software technology, now the software was in boom at that late 90s, and the word processing software was been introduced. In this software, the document can be navigated, edited, formatted and printed. The modern word processor take advantage of graphical user interface. I think you know the graphical interface. User interface means the computer interface which we are using nowadays. Previously it was a text user interface, means everything, the command and the thing which we need to do with the help of text, but nowadays with the help of key, touchpad, with the help of mouse, right click and left click, we can use. So it has been presented in graphical formats, such as you can see icons and all in your computer, in your mobile, and also these are the graphical user interface. Okay, with the help of which where the icons and all, with the help of those icons we can use applications, we can use the files and all. Providing some form to what you see is what you get. WYSIWYG means what you see is what you get editing. So the graphical user interface provides what you see is what you get, such as if you can see a Facebook logo or Facebook icon in your mobile phone. If you click on that icon, the Facebook will be opened. So that's what they are saying. What you see is what you get. What you see in graphical user interface, you will get that thing only. This means the special effect and on text are also visible on the screen. So is there anything special effect which we have put on the text, that also will be visible in the screen. Word processing software not only provide a basic ability to enter and modify the text, but also provide a efficient text manipulation function that can be used for documentation. Say word processing software not only provide basic ability to enter and modify the text, so basic thing just to enter the text and just a few modification, but it can be have the efficient manipulation function. It may have a more functions, so for creating effective documentation. Nowadays you can see the document which has been created with the help of Word document are been such effective. You can see bullets are being used there, numbers can be used there. We can place our text wherever we want to place and all. So modern word processing software provide attractive features. So nowadays the word processing software provide a attractive features, more attractive features which it was in earlier word processing software. Some of the features provided by popular word processing software. So features which are been provided, a few features which have been provided by popular word processors are listed below. Create, edit, save, retrieve and print a document. So you can create document, you can edit earlier created document, you can save those document which you have created, you can retrieve, means earlier created document can be seen, can be retrieved, and print the document. So you can print those documents. Select and move the text from one place to another in the document. So you can select those contents. As you can see out here, I can select this content and I can move the text from one place to another. So those selected document or selected text can be moved, means that can be copied from one place to another. Copy the text to other places within the document. So you can copy the selected document, such as once you can select this, you can copy and you can place in same document. Move or copy selected text from one document to another. You can move or copy those selected text. I can let's say I can select this, I can copy this, and I can move or copy the same content or same selected text in another document also. Change font size, font style of the text in document. I think you can see now, you can see you can change the font size, you can increase the font size, you can decrease the font size, you can use different font style in your document. Format paragraphs as well as pages. You can format paragraph which you have created as per your wish, as well as your pages. Check spelling and grammar. Spelling and grammar also can be checked using word processor. Creating table, modify the size of selected row or a column or cell. You can create table, you can modify the size of selected rows, you can increase the size of row, you can decrease the size of row and column or a particular cell. Combine one or more document. One or more document can be combined. Insert pictures or graph within the document. You can insert pictures, you can insert the graph within the document. Means in the document which we have or which you have created, in those documents you can have pictures and graph. You can see out here pictures of typewriter is there. So you can enter pictures and graph within a document. Print a selected text and selected pages of a document. We can also print particular selected text and selected page of a document. We can print as per our selection. Okay, word processing are being used in the business, home, education, in school and colleges for preparing letters, reports and many other type of documents. So nowadays this word processor software are being used widely in office, in government office, in private office or any of the organization, or nowadays it has been used widely in our home also. Okay, so student use it for preparing project reports, assignments. So I think you must not have used this for preparing your project reports and assignment, but I think you must have used it for creating your cover page of your projects, your assignment and all. Teacher use word processing for preparing question papers and notes. Yes, teacher use this softwares. Now Office Suite is the collection of programs which are useful for word processing, spreadsheet preparation, presentation, database management. So I think our Office Suite or Office package software, which I have told you earlier, is a collection of program where the collection of program where word processing, where you can create your document, spreadsheet preparation, where the data can be created, data can be preserved and those data can be analyzed, presentation can be created, and data management means data can be kept, stored, and analyzed can be done. There are several office suites. Well, we will be using LibreOffice because of several advantages. So yes, there are several office suites, so there are different kinds of office suites such as LibreOffice, Open Office, Microsoft Office. Okay, so but yes, we are not going to use this LibreOffice. We are going to use Microsoft Office because we have a Microsoft Office in our computers, in our lab. Okay, and the LibreOffice and all are of the which have the similar features as a Microsoft Office. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you very much.